Hi dear students, so today I'm going to start your one the topic is, yes, in the last class that we have discussed the classless addressing. So today I'm going to discuss your next topic, that is our subnetting of classful addressing, or you can say the addressing, the subnetting for classful addressing. This is similarly we will also discuss the subnetting for classless addressing also. Okay, so today I'm going to start this topic, that is our subnetting for classful addressing. Okay, so what is the mean of subnetting? Subnetting means divide. So what is the mean of subnetting? Divide the big network into small subnetworks. Okay, so basically what we are doing, we are having some big network and we are just dividing the big network into some small networks. So that is basically known as subnetting. So subnetting. Okay, so let's take one example. So how to do it? So I'm going to take one example and we will understand this concept. Okay, so this is our here we want to go for some kind of subnetting, and this is the router and this is the outer network from World Wide Web network, from where we want to connect it. Okay, or where we want to send or where we want to receive some data. Okay, so this is the network address that I have selected. What is the value of this one? Is 20.20.20.10.0. So this is class C type of network. How can we identify whether it is class A, class B, or class C? In last class, if you remember, that we have discussed some classes for network class A, B, C, and D. So as I told you, if the first octet belongs to this range, our first octet is 210. So now you see, if your first octet belongs to the range of first octet is 0 to 127, then it is class A. So now in this case, now we have selected what is our first octet? 210, the value this one is. So now it will come into this range 192 to 223. So on the basis of this, we can say the selected network is a class A type of network. Okay, so now you also learn you have to revise your concept of the previous class. Now we can see here that we have defined some net ID and host ID for a network. Now you can see for class A, what was the default submask? It was 255.0.0.0, because what was the net ID? The first octet. Here all values were 1. In this way we can define the 255.0.0.0.0 or how to define the slash notation. In this way there are 8 ones are there, so on the basis of this we are defining 8. Similarly for class C, this is the net ID. Means how many ones are there? 24 ones are there. So how to define the default subnet mask? 255.255.255.0 means that number of hosts we can connect. Okay, and how many number of ones are there? 24, the slash 24 that we have written over here. Okay, so you have to keep in mind for class C, the default subnet mask is 255.255.255.0. that you have to keep in mind. Okay, yeah. Now let's come to our example. So how to do the subnetting for this one? So we have taken a network of class C type of network here. So I have written over here as it is 210.20.10. Now how many bits are there in the fourth octet? 8 bits are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 bits are there. So if you want to go for the now thing is that if you want to divide this network into 2 subnetworks, listen very clearly. If you want to divide this network into 2 subnetworks, here I have written SN1 and subnet 1 and subnet 2. Then you have to reserve here 1 bit. This bit you have to reserve. Only 1 bit you have to reserve, because there are 2 values, 0 or 1. Okay. If you want to divide this network into 4 subnetwork, like this one, 4 subnetwork are there, and you want to define this one like SN1, SN2, SN3, and SN4. Then how many bits you have to reserve over there? 2 bits. If you are going to reserve 2 bits, means what are the possibility for the subnet? 0 0, 1 will be indicated by 0 0, another one will be 0 1, 1 1, and 1 0. So if you want to divide, if you want to break your network into 4 subnetworks, okay, then in this case, how many bits you have to reserve? 2 bits you have to reserve. If you want to divide your network into 2 subnetworks, then you have to reserve only single bit. Okay, so this single bit you have to reserve. And as you know, this is the class C type of network. This part always remains same. You can't change it. You can't disturb it. Okay. So this bit. So now from the fourth octet, there are 8 bits are there. As we know, so we are reserving this bit also, because we want to divide this network into 2 another subnetworks. Okay. So this bit we are going to reserve over here. So how many bits are remaining now? 7. Okay. So now let's see how to what is the range and all these things that we are going to define over here. So I have written here 210.20.10.0. This is the bit that we have fixed. So if we are going to fix a single bit, or we are going to reserve a single bit, then there are two possibilities are there. First, we will written here 0. Similarly, we will write here 210.20.10.1, because this single bit that we have fixed. Okay, so let's see, first understand this part, and then we will discuss the other part. Okay, so here the first bit that we have fixed. Now how many bits are remaining? 7 bits are remaining. So you just write here 0 0 0 0 0. Now second address will be, so now this will become your first address. So what is the address when we take the decimal conversion of this one is 210.20.20.10. This whole becomes 0 means 0. So this is going to be our first address. Now you can see here, or in the last class that I told you, the first address would be the network address for any network. Clear? Now continuously you will start 0. Now you take 1. Okay, this is reserve. Now you take 1, then you can take 2. Similarly you can go 3. So how long you have to proceed until this whole 7 bit will become 1 1 1 1 1. Okay, once it will become 1, then there is no possibility. Okay, so what is the decimal conversion of this? It will remain same, 210.20.10.0 followed by 7 ones, mean 127. Clear? So now it will become our 210.20.10.127. So this is the last address of this SN1. This is our first subnetwork that we have created. In this case, this is what it was our first address, and this is our last address. So as I told you earlier, the first address always go for the network address, and the last, keep in mind the last address, that is our 210.20.10.127. It will be our broadcast address. Clear? So now how many addresses that we can define? So how many hosts that we we can connect over here? So total addresses are here 0 to 127 means 128. So one address go for network address, and one address will go for broadcast address. So 128 minus 2 means 126 hosts we can connect in this SN1. Okay. Now similarly you can see over here, this it is remain same, the first bit that we have fixed over here. Okay, now in the previous case, because there are two, if you are going to reserve the single bit, then there will be two possibilities, either 0 or 1. So 0 we have taken here, or in this case in SN1 we have created all these possibility, how many address that we can generate. It was 0 to 127. Okay, so 128 address that we can generate, as we have seen here. Now we will reserve this bit as 1, and now take 0, then again the same procedure we have to apply. 0, then 1, then 2, up to whole digit we want to cover, because there are 7 digits are there, so we will cover these 7 bits. So what is the range of this one? So if you are going to take the decimal conversion of this one, then it will become 20.10. Decimal equivalent of this one is 128. So this is 128. So what is the first address of this SN2 address? 210.20.10.128. So this is going to be the network address for this subnetwork SN1. Okay. Now similarly you can go for this is our 0, then take 1, 2, up to whole 7 bits we will cover until we will proceed. So what would be the the decimal equivalent of this address 210.20.10.255. Okay, so again, what was the first address here? 210.20.10.128. So this is the first address, and what is the last address? 210.20.10.255. This is our last address. So as I told you, first address always denoted as network address. So this will be our network address for this SN2. Okay, for this SN2, this will be our network address. And for this one, and what is our last and what is our broadcast address? This last address would be our broadcast address. Okay, now again, how many hosts we can connect over here? So concept will be same. So the address we have generated 128 to 255 means total 128. So minus 2, why minus 2? One address will go for network address and another will go for broadcast address. So ultimately 128 minus 2 means 126 hosts we can connect. Okay, so in this way we can divide a big network into some other small networks. Okay, so hopefully you would understood. If you want to create instead of 2 subnetwork, you want to create 4 subnetwork, then you have to reserve here 2 bits. Okay, these 2 bits will be same. So once you will write here 00, then take all possibilities. Then you will replace 00 to 01. Then 6 bits are there. Their value you can change, and the basis of this you will define all addresses. Then you will take 11 or 10. Similarly, okay. So in this way you can design the 4 subnetworks for a single network. Okay. Now come to one interesting point over here is that what is the first address? What is the first network address for this SN1? It was this 210.20.10.0. And now see, what is the network address that we have taken? The class C type of network that we have taken, it was 210.20.10.0. Now we can say the network address that we have taken and the first network address of SN1 it is same. Okay, this is the address that we have taken. Okay, and it was the network address here. It was the address of SN1. So both are same. Now you can see both are same. This one and this one is same. Okay, now what is the last address of this network? 210.20.10.255. And what is the we can say the broadcast address for this one is this. So what is the broadcast address of SN2? It is 210.20.10.255. Then you can say the broadcast address of SN2 and the network address of SN1, they are common addresses. How it is possible? So you can, because why it is coming same? Because inside a network you are going to create the sub networks. Okay, that's why it's coming same, and it is possible it can be same. So don't be confused, don't make any mistake over here. Okay, so now one more small concept is over here, that suppose how this packet, once the packet will come, then how it is going to be delivered. So let's take one packet is coming from outside. From here one packet will come here, and what is the address of this packet? 210.20.10.15. This is the packet address we have. It is coming from here to here. Okay, so now as we know this packet is coming from the outside. So what is it? Is class C type of network. It is class C type of packet that we are going to receive. Okay, so when it will come here, so what is the subnet mask? What is the default subnet mask of class C that I told you just couple of minutes ago? It is 255.255.255.0. Okay, now take the decimal, take the binary equivalent of this one. It is 00001111, and take the binary equivalent of this one 00000008 time. Okay, now apply the AND gate between these bit and these bit. 15s, yeah, zeros, 1. So we are applying AND gate over here. So what would be the output? 0. Okay, how many zeros are there? 0 0 0 0 0. So it will become, now after applying this one, these 3 bits will remain same, 210.20.10. And after applying AND gate it will be 0. So what is the address? It now it has been generated, this address, and now you can see this address 210.20.10.0 and this address 210.20.10.0, both are same. So means from the outside, whenever the packet will receive, it will deliver over here. On this network address it will deliver. Okay, hopefully up to here there is no problem, so you can understand it. Now thing is that now for the outsider only we are having this network address. For outsider, this is our network address on which the network, whatever the packet will come, it will come to this IP address. Now thing is that inside this network we have created some more subnet SN1 and SN2. How it will deliver? Now whether this packet will go here as in here, or whether this packet will go here. Now again a little thing is more over here that you have to understand. As I told you, in this case, how many bits that we have reserved? Only single bit that we have reserved. Okay, during the explanation initially I told you only single bit we have reserved, that you can see here 0 that we have taken, and here we have taken 1. Okay, so you have to write that a single bit that we have taken. What was the, because it was the class C type of network. Okay, it was the class C type of network that we know, because after whenever we will receive this packet, the packet will be start from 210, so we can identify this as class C type of network. So you take default subnet mask of class C type 255.255.255. Okay, dot how many bits that we have reserved? Single bit that we have reserved. Okay, 255.255.255. This single bit, so write 1 here, and now whatever the remaining bits are there, 7 bits, it will be 0000000. Okay, so now take the decimal equivalent of this one. Why we are writing here? Only single bit we have reserved, that's why I have written over here 1. Rest of the bits are 0. Okay, so now take the decimal equivalent of this one. It will be 255.255.255.128. Okay, so this is the another subnet mask that we have generated. Why we are doing this? We want to deliver this packet from here to here. Whether it will be, whatever the packet is received, this belongs to SN1 or SN2. Okay, so another, again we have generated a subnet mask. Now take the packet, it is coming, this is the IP address of the receiving packet, 210.20.10.15. now take the binary equivalent. So this is the 128 binary equivalent, this, and 15s, only last octet we are taking this. Now again do the same thing, apply the AND gate, all will be zeros. 000, 8 times 000. So now take this one, 210.20.10 and this 0 0. So ultimately what is this? This is the network address of SN1. What is 210.20.10.0? Now we can see this is the SN1. This is the network address of SN1. So whenever this packet will come, first of all it will receive from here to here, then it will deliver over here, then it will again we will generate some subnet mask, because one single bit that we have reserved, and then we will apply the AND operation between the last digit of received packet and the new generated subnet mask. Then it will automatically we can determine that it will goes to SN1 or SN2. Okay, so hopefully you will understood. If you are having any comment, then let me know. Okay, thank you.